Hi everyone. In this video, I am going to explain the syllabus of the BCA 4th semester as per the CBCS scheme of the Gulbarga University, Kalburgi. In the 6th semester, student can learn total 4 theory subject. 2 are the skill enhancement core subject for 50-50 marks and 2 discipline elective papers for the 100 marks. And based on these 4 papers, the 2 skill enhancement papers, no practicals are there. And for discipline elective papers, practical number 16 and practical number 17 is there. And based on the major project activities or the work which the student does in the 6th semester, the DSC 6th practical number 18th will be there for 150 marks and 120 marks for the external examination and 30 marks is given for the internal assessment work. Total student can appear the exam for 550 marks and 22 credits for the 6th semester. In skill enhancement course 3 paper, student can choose either XML or PHP programming. In similarly, SEC 4 also, student can either go for office automation tools or Android programming. These 2 papers for 50-50 marks. 40 marks is given for the external examinations and 10 marks for the internal assessments. Similarly, DSC 4 and DSC 5. In DSC 4, you will be having Scilab programming, principle of animations, open source software. Among these 3, student has to choose any one and he or she can study for 100 marks. Similarly, DSC 5 is also for 100 marks and he or she can choose digital image processing, cyber forensics and cloud computing. Among these 3, any one can be chosen by the student. So this is how this syllabus is framed for the 6th semester of the CBCS scheme. Coming to the detailed syllabus, this is the XML programming syllabus. Unit number 1 is about the XML programming introduction and XML basics. Unit 2 for the other XML concepts. And you can refer these books for the XML programming. Based on this XML programming, the lab will be carried out for the 10 marks. Other skill enhancement paper is the PHP programming. Either you can go for the XML programming or PHP programming. You can choose any one, not both. Unit number 1 about the introduction to PHP and unit number 2 is about the PHP conditional events and loops, PHP functions, string manipulation and regular expressions, arrays, etc. concepts of the PHP programming. You can refer these books for the PHP programming. Based on this subject, you will be having 10 marks of practical as a internal assessment. In skill enhancement 4 paper, you can choose office automation tool or you can go for Android programming. If you choose office automation tool, you will be having 2 units. First unit about MS Word and its concepts or the tools which you study in the MS Word, and in unit number 2 MS PowerPoint and its concepts. So you can refer these books for these 2 units, Word and PowerPoint, and practical assessment is carried out for 10 marks. Android programming also has 2 units. Android programming introduction, the history, how it originated, overview of the object oriented programming using Java, and development tool. Unit number 2 about the user interface architecture and database. You can refer these references for this Android programming, and you can go for online reading and supporting materials which is available online, and you can have the Android programming lab for the 10 marks. Coming to discipline specific elective subject, as I said, you will be having the three options to choose. So among the three options, you need to choose any one. Scilab programming syllabus, 4 units. The first unit about introduction to Scilab and Scilab environment, scalars and vectors. Second unit about scalars and vectors, matrices, polynomials, and third unit about programming in Scilab, menus and dialog boxes. Fourth unit about graphic outputs, string handling functions, etc. You can refer these books for the Scilab programming, and you can have the lab on this Scilab also. Principle of animation. So in DSC 4, you can go for Scilab or principle of animation, or you can go for open source software. If anybody choose this principles of animations, you need to study what is animations and how it is started, the history and other concepts of the animation in first unit, types of animations in second unit, third unit basic principles of animations, fourth unit various terms of the animations. You can refer these references for the principle of animation, and based on this subject principle of animations, you will be having the lab number 16 for 50 marks, 40 external and 10 internal. Open source software, you can go for this subject also, and you can have the 4 units. In first unit, you can understand what is open source software, advantages of open source software, open source operating system concept. In second unit, you can understand open source database. Third unit, you can understand open source programming languages. And also on the in the fourth unit, you can study the Perl language. These are the reference books. You can refer these books for the open source software. So based on this subject, you will be having the open source software lab for 50 marks. Coming to discipline specific elective number 5. Here also you will be having three options. You may go for digital image processing or cyber forensics or cloud computing. Coming to the first digital image processing, 4 units will be there. First units about the digital image introduction, elements of digital image processing systems, and the fundamentals of the RGB HSI models. Second unit about the histogram and its other concepts of the histograms, and also the third unit about the image restoration degradation models. Fourth unit about the detection, edge linking via Hodge transform, and other concept of the digital image processing. These are the references you can have for this subject, and based on this subject, you will be having the practical lab paper 17A, and all the assessment shall be carried out which you learn in this theory subject for 50 marks. Cyber forensics, 4 units. Introduction to computer forensics in the first unit. Second unit, you can understand the various computer crimes, and what are all the different crimes are there in the cyber forensics. And the third unit about the computer criminals. Fourth unit about the building a cyber crime case. So you can refer these references for this cyber forensics, and based on this, you will be having the practical paper number 17B, cyber forensic lab for 50 marks, 40 external and 10 internal. Similarly, DSC 5C is the cloud computing. First unit about the introduction of the cloud computing, and second unit about the cloud computing and its application paradigm, and the third unit about the cloud resource uh, virtualizations. Fourth unit about cloud resource management and scheduling. and you can refer these books for this cloud computing. Based on this, the practical number 17C cloud computing lab for 50 marks for the external and 10 internal. Coming to the last practical paper number 18, that is the major project report. This is for 6 credits because total marks would be 150 and teaching hours 12 hours a week, means daily 2 hours of teaching for the major project report. So some of the guidelines is given for this major project report. Each student shall carry out an individual project in the lab. Means group project is not entertained. So every student has to carry out the individual project by concerning the guide of the same department. Project guide should be the same department teacher or lecturer or professor. The project topic should be chosen in the consultation with the guide. So by consulting the guide only, you need to choose the project topic. Students shall carry out the analysis and design work for the chosen problem statement and develop the software in the lab. So you need to choose the particular topic. Based on that, you need to analyze and design the software in the lab itself and develop the software, which should be submitted at the end of the project report. The student shall submit 2 copies of the dissertation to the head of the department or your department, concerned department, end of the semester term. So actually 3 copies, one you can keep with you and 2 you can submit to your college. Reference Annexure 1 for the project documentation details. So you need to follow this Annexure 1 for the project documentation. So this is the Annexure 1. You need to follow this Annexure 1 cover page as per the format. This is the cover page. This format you need to follow, and title of the thesis report, their font, style, size, everything is specified. So this is the format for your cover page. Certificate of the project. So this is the certificate of the project. So you need to follow this format. Third is the conference, seminar, workshop, attended certificate. If you attend any conference, semester, workshop during your course, so you can have that attendance certificate, and you can put that in the third position. The fourth would be the acknowledgement. So this is the declaration. So after declaration, you can put the acknowledgement. Next would be the index. Thereafter, you can have the abstraction of your project. Then you can start your main report by giving the introduction of your project or project topic, which you have chosen by consulting with your guide. Then the problem statement of your project, literature survey which you carry out during your project. So what are all the different programming language, databases, the concept or the technology which you have used, that you need to illustrate in the literature survey. System analysis and design which you carry out on your project work, and hardware and software requirement. The minimum hardware and software requirement to develop your software has to be mentioned in 7.5. In 7.6, entity relationship diagrams and data flow diagram of your project. Not only the concept, how did you develop the software, and how did you that entity relationship diagram of your project works, and data flow diagram works in your project. System planning chart, any other charts, if you have use case and other charts, so you can have those charts also. Implementation, the coding part, integration, and then the testing. unit testing, integration testing, and functional testing which you perform on your software, on your project, that has to be mentioned in the testing concepts. Then result and discussions, advantages and disadvantages of your projects, applications of your project, and the future scope. Any modification is there, so what is the future scope of your project, and conclusion of your project, and the references which you have used for preparing the project work. And final point would be the soft copy of the project on CD or floppy. Nowadays, we are not using floppy. We can go for CD, soft copy of the project on CD. So we have to record all the contents, including the project report soft copy and the software which we develop in the lab. So that has to be burned on the CD. So this is all about the project work which you carry out during the 6th semester of the BCA. So these are the formats. You can refer these formats also for your certificate preparation of the project work. So this is all about the 6th semester of the BCA